So, in today's lesson, we will be talking about two consonant sounds. That is, a hieroglyph with two consonant sounds, not two specific consonant sounds. Anyway, so far, we know the one consonant sounds very well, but in the hieroglyphic language, we also have two and even three consonant sound hieroglyphs. And we have actually already seen examples of this. If you look at the hieroglyph for house, which is the second to last on the right side table, the per or per. This by itself means house, but per, which becomes go, or more specifically go out, when we add the pair of legs, which is in this case a determinative, and it does not have any sound value. Okay, we do not read it out loud. Here we have also the mouth hieroglyph, which is, if you remember, a r sound. But here it is what we call a phonetic complement or sound complement. This is also not being read out loud, but instead of being a determinative and helping to determine the meaning, this one helps us with the reading, as the last sound is a r. The mouth here is simply a reading aid, so to speak, and technically can be left out. Anyway, let us have a look at the other examples here. And again, I'm sorry for the bad image quality. Now, next I would like to draw your attention to the word for servant, which is bark. This consists out of bar and k, and of course the determinative at the end, which again has no sound value, and is basically just a visual indicator. You see, in a culture where the divine scripture and hieroglyphs, aka Mythology, literally means divine scripture or words of the god. Anyway, where the divine scripture was carved into stone, having just one symbol for just one sound might become a little bit annoying and time-consuming. So, having one symbol for more than one sound seems kinda useful, doesn't it? It also looks much better aesthetically. Yet, sometimes a one-consonant hieroglyph is necessary. For example, the k in bark. So, now let's look at the other signs we are having. And you will see, for example, the word for great or large is r. Here we have also the phonetic complement in form of the vulture. Next, we have yet again great or important. This one is ver, and here as well, the mouth hieroglyph as phonetic complement. But the bird itself has two sounds, v and r. And again, for us to make it pronounceable, we are usually adding a sound between, or simply an e sound. Just be consistent. Next, we have the word lord or master, nip. Here, we have an indicator as well. Then we have praise or favor, which is hesh. Here again, we have an indicator at the beginning, the h sound. Note its position. Then, again, bark, which means servant. Next, we have love or want. This is mer. And again, we have the phonetic complement and the determinative at the end. Then again, per or per. Already talked about this. And lastly, the her, which means thousand. Simple enough. So, sometimes a hieroglyph is just a phonetic complement, which means it is not being read aloud, but it serves as a reading aid. Sometimes it is being read, and sometimes still it is a determinative which helps to determine its meaning. Now, you may wonder why all of this. You see, what this allows us, or more specifically, allowed them, is to play around, and depending on what is needed, having more hieroglyphs, for example, adding more of the phonetic complements, for example the R, which again was the vulture hieroglyph. In the case of servant or work, this would be right after the other bird hieroglyph. Or they can just leave it out to save space as well as time and effort. Anyway, that's it for today's lesson. This one was again a little bit shorter, but we need to get it done slowly